Hey everybody, Thomas here. Woo, do we have a big thing today? So this giant piece of 16-foot long piece of black walnut, we've already cut two sides off of this. This is going into our new house. This is going to be an exposed beam above the bay window in the new house and everything. I've got a crew working on the house right now. Once we started ripping into one of the front walls and everything, there was a lot, I mean a absolute lot of termite damage. A little more than I was willing to take on and could handle at this time. So I'm going ahead and hired a crew to work on that. In doing so, since I have the manpower, we're like, go big or go home. Let's go ahead and make a black walnut beam that will accent also the black walnut mantle of the fireplace. So this is going to be in the living room area. So we have a bay window, and I'll show you that once we get over there and everything. But we are cutting this up. Dad's cutting this for me because I'm running back and forth because we are using our own wood off the sawmill, which is awesome, into the construction of our home. So again, this is going to be a black walnut beam. We're also doing a black walnut fireplace. We also just made the decision today, because we're spur of the moment type people and everything, that we're going to vault the ceilings because we have all this, all the ceilings and stuff inside the space down. So go big or go home. That'll be another video, so make sure you check that out. We're going to put a poplar 6x10 beam, 22 foot long, into the overhead and then vault up the ceiling. It's going to look awesome, very unique, and again, using wood off of our farm and off of our sawmill. The log here, we're cutting this currently with a carbide blade. Let's take a look. Very quiet. Okay, so the actual cut we're doing here is going to be 12 inches by 5.5 inches. I'm going to show from this angle here the cut, and then I'll go over to the other side because I want you to see the sawdust flying off of this. These carbide blades, they're amazing. I mean, they are absolutely amazing. The cut quality is top notch. It'll be very minimal sanding. I'll have to do this after the fact. Beautiful startup. Solid flow of sawdust coming out. I'm going to walk around the other side. I see the saw head shaking, so that the actual chains might need to be a little bit adjusted and everything. Let me go around the other side. Taking his time on this cut, and I'm okay with that. Because again, we're trying to get the best cut quality possible on this beam. So a nice, gentle feed rate. And the blade is cutting nice and true. Now you can see this log's under a little bit of pressure. We have it kind of lifting up on the backside, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you'll have that, but the fact that we have a black walnut tree big enough for this is awesome. Just sitting around, because yeah, that's what we got. And I do have to adjust the sawmill, so it's either jump a tooth at the top, or I might just need to do a little bit of chain adjustment here. 12 inch. 12 inches this way. We're going to do a center cut. So we're taking 2 inches roughly off the top here. We'll flip it over. We'll cut on the other side, but we want 5.5 by 12. That's going to be the exposed beam. And we're going to try to get rid of all the sapwood. So the crew right now, we've got our dump trailer completely full up. We're going to make this cut here. Then Dad and I are going to swap, and I'll finish out cutting here while he drops off the dump trailer. And then I'll haul this beam up to the house, and then we'll start looking at how we're going to get this into the actual space where we're at. But this is going to be primo stuff. And again, we are putting this in green. Completely understand that. I know someone's probably like, oh my goodness. But that's fine, because we're going to oil it up. We're going to have it dry in place and everything, just like the old school timber frame homes. Where we're putting it, not a super big deal of it moving or anything like that. It's more decorative, quote unquote, there in the living room. So, and we're going to also have it exposed. So yeah, there's that. Very excited though to have a black walnut beam and a black walnut mantle in the living room. Okay, so we just took off a monster slab right there. Again, he's doing the last little cut there. Looks to be probably about 1.5 inches or so. Yeah, about 1.5 inches, almost maybe 1.75 inches. Anyways, that's going to be a gorgeous looking beam. All the sapwood appears like it's going to be off of it. The side that is currently up, facing up, is going to be the side that'll be facing towards the space. On the back side here, we got a little bit close to the pit, and it does open up a little bit. But I think this front face that he's about to take off right here, this will be the side that we keep exposed to the room. So very cool. We're doing this with this carbide blade. We did figure out what the sawmill is hitting on. I'm going to show you that over here. So as it goes down the track, we saw it like kind of do a weird shudder right there, and it's barely hitting over there too. So I got to take a look as this is cutting, going down. It looks like it's hitting on the back nut on the saw head, so I gotta take a look at that. So that one clears kind of barely. I don't know what's going on there, but we'll take a look here momentarily. Go from there. Now he is cutting this super slow. I brought up that to my dad. I said, Dad, you're cutting this really slow. And he's like, yes. He's like, but I want to make sure I do the best cut possible. Yeah, you can see it was definitely hitting right there in the frame. So anyways, he said he wants to do the best cut possible, so he's cut it nice and slow with his carbide blade, and it does a really good finish. And I cannot wait to show you that. Let's see this blade exit here, make sure she exits cleanly. Yep, very nice. All right, let's go take a look. Okay, so yes, what it was is these were in fact loose, so we loosened them up, and I'll show you on this last one right here. You can see there is a gap right there, and they just need to be flush. So try to film, do this one-handed. There you go. So right there. Now we're just gonna go back, tighten them up, and we will have the clearance required to get the saw head down. Again, I don't know, other than having a crooked log on here and pushing hard on those, maybe that got pushed over. There's no telling. When you're dealing with heavy equipment such as a sawmill, tractors, big logs and stuff like that, stuff gets out of alignment. So you just need to make sure you're checking your equipment. If you see something, start asking your questions. Why is it doing that? And see something, say something. Exactly. So we were looking, and then I got to looking on the saw here too. It put a little bit of a gouge down there. Hadn't been doing it very long. The saw head does, or the head of the sawmill does have enough power to power its way through. But regardless, we have got it fixed and everything back into alignment. Again, Dad's just tightening those back up. So again, if you see something on your mill, something doesn't sound right, doesn't look right, take pause, take a look, and see what you can find. Okay, going back to the beam here. Again, cut with carbide blade. This is the carbide blade that we got from timberking years ago and everything. It's been working out very well. I think we had about 2 or 3 of these. One of them, shoot, it ran for practically forever and everything. This blade here, I think was new. Yeah, new. So again, amazing cut quality. See if I can give you a good close-up of that. Very, very minute amount of blade marking or anything like that. Nice, clean, crisp corners. Now, another important thing we're going to do, anytime you're dealing with black walnut or anything that's high in tannic acid, you need to make sure if you're putting it on bare metal, you have something in between the bare metal and the wood that you're working with. So we're going to put some stickers actually on the forks themselves, carry this over to the new house so that this can be put up in there. Again, dimensions of this, 5.5 by 12 inches by 16 feet. So that is a big hunkin' beam right there. I mean, that's a big mama jama is what they call it. So once we get this cut, we're also going to go back through the wood pile here, and we need to find a 22-foot long poplar log that we can get a 6 by 10 by 22 foot long. So that's going to be a rather substantial poplar log because we are going to vault the ceilings in the house. That will be another video, but for right now we're going to show getting this into the house and getting this put up. I think this is going to look absolutely amazing, so stay tuned. Okay, so we are back over here at the house. As you can see, the giant 5.5 by 12 inch beam is up. We have been replacing everything, so that's all new sill plate. We've got some wood and stuff on the farm. There's a mixture of cedar and pine on there. It's kind of funny. But this 5.5 by 12 by 15 foot long black walnut beam is being held up by the 6x6 cedar post. 6x6 cedar post go down to the center block walls on both sides on top of the sill plate. So very, very stout, very sturdy. And you can see, I mean, this thing, my hand's 8 inches long. Or anyways, that's 12 inches. That's a substantial beam. The guys getting up here, they're like, wow, that sucker was heavy. So it is in there, it is up in there. Very, very excited. Now this initially was right here where you see that 2x6. That's where the original beam used to be. We brought it in further, and I'm going to show you why here in just a second. But you can see that'll be kind of like the divider for the bay window room area, if you will. So we're going to have probably some kind of like built-in bay window couch or something like that, or maybe a windowsill to put plants. Anyways, neat little area here, perfect for, say, a Christmas tree. Okay, another reason why we brought this in where it is. So where this is and where the wall is, they are both 14 feet exactly from the center line of the house. So this is the center line of the house. Excuse me. 14 feet that way, 14 feet that way to the beam. The reason is because you can't really tell right here, but the spans that we had here in the room were too long. If you look up in the top, look at that. None of them are supported. They're all pulled out. So because they're all pulled out and everything, that was leading to a sagging ceiling in this section. This section here, the ceiling was sagging. And I'm like, how am I going to fix that? Well, you really can't unless you go back up there and you fasten everything up to there. But what we're going to do on top of this wall right here, and then this support that goes across, we're going to build like a little pony wall up there, 4 feet higher than what it is. And we'll do the same thing over there by the door, 4 feet up. Then we're going to put a giant beam, which is going to be, it's 6 1/4 by 12 inches by 22 foot long. And then we will vault up these ceilings. So that's gonna be super, super exciting. You know, I'm not gonna go through everything in the house, but we've had a lot of work done in just one day. A lot of termite damage in the corner over there. That's being corrected. Some termite damage underneath, again, being corrected. And then here in the living room, it's just gonna be so nice now to have a vaulted ceiling. It's gonna really set this place apart. But, you know, the good thing is no termites and stuff in the walls there. Of course, I had the termites in the floor here. That was from a while ago. But that has been adjudicated by myself. I'm gonna have the guys come back in here and put all new plywood stuff down. We did have to replace some wood there. We had some termite damage there. As you can see, we have termite damage there as well. So that will be replaced as well today. And then up in the attic area around the chimney, that's where we had some moisture coming through and stuff like that from some damage from long ago when a tree fell on this, well before when we bought this place. Anyways, that was the moisture source that drew the termites in. So, unfortunately, I've got to go to work, so I'm going to miss out on this. But yeah, I was here all day yesterday, blown away at the progress that these guys made. They did a great job. This is run number 2 that my dad's going to be doing for the dump trailer. So, a lot of material heading out of here, which is awesome because that's old nasty stuff, and we're putting in some really cool stuff. I'm going to walk over here and show you the beam real quick, and then we'll show you in another video putting that sucker up, or who knows, they might get that done while I'm at work today, so video lost, that's okay. And it's been a madhouse around here. So this right here, this is the 22 foot 6 1/4 by 12. That is a hunkin' piece of poplar. Let's see if I can make it. I mean, it just sounds cool. Kind of sounds like those PVC pipes that hit the flip-flops on. But yeah, that is a hunkin' piece of poplar right there. And yeah, for them to get that way up in the overhead like they're going to do, that'll be an engineering feat, I think. Engineering feat. Okay, well, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get to work and everything. I got a 96-mile drive ahead of me. Yay. Oh, one last thing. We did center cuts on both this and the black walnut beam to try to get the best cut possible. But yeah, a lot of work going on here. Wednesday, we'll probably have the gas line run, and then in a week or so, I'll have all the electric run as well. So I've been going to town, just trying to get everything done on this property for a move-in date, hopefully around the Christmas time frame. All right, I think we've done enough on this video for right now. I will show in a later video the actual finished product of all this, but I got to edit a lot of stuff together. So yeah, stay tuned. A lot of stuff happened on the farm. We'll see you around. Thanks.